Small update on the Blue Eyes deck. So recently I didn't get to play much Yu-Gi-Oh at all. I think last time I went to locals was like 2 weeks ago, and I played a build that looked something like this. As you see, I cut it Maiden and True Light, mainly because True Light does nothing in your hand and Maiden going second isn't facilitating a lot either. I decided to play 1 Wishes, which shouldn't break since I upped the count of Roars to 2. You can also play Sages at 3. So this card is never dead, and then I Searcher, and all those cards, aside from Blue Eyes and the field spell itself, should get you into the combo, right? So if you have Abyss Dragon in your hand, you go into Spirit of the Eyes of Blue, dump Blue Eyes, and then instead of special summoning Blue Eyes, you just special summon Abyss Dragon from your hand, and he will not be negated since you special summoned him from the hand. Therefore you get to Polymerization and full combo. Same goes with Sage. And same goes with Roar, right? So if you have Roar in your hand, you just special summon out Spirit, Spirit gets back Blue Eyes, then you activate Roar, Roar specials Blue Eyes, Abyss Dragon, and since Blue Eyes is on the field, you are even allowed to special summon him, and then he can trigger to add Polymerization, so that way you have less Garnets in your hand, and I think it's a better lineup. And on top of that, Valor is nice in combination with 5 mana or Nibiru, or to say Nibiru is nice in combination with Valor or 5 mana. I think a hand trap lineup like that makes a lot of sense. Of course, this deck is able to produce some very awkward hands, like 2 traps and 2 roars, and then have fun from there. I think with Dracotail in general, whenever you see the traps in your hand, you really feel bad, like the worst player in the game. Last time I took this deck with me to locals, it was pretty okay. I had like 2 games that were not real at all. 1 game against Yami, it was pretty okay, but ended in a draw. And then I had a mirror match, and I think in one game I went first. I played against Dracotail K9, and he already threw 2 hand traps, then Izuna, and I could still combo from there. But then the last hand trap he threw was Nibiru, and then from there, like, who plays through 2 hand traps, Izuna plus Nibiru? Show me one deck. And after that, like, my board was non-existent, and then he started with Lucius and played into an empty board. Of course, I lost that game. With this lineup, you are not getting as consistent access to Spirit. I think it's fair to say you can cut him to include other tech cards you may want to play in your extra deck. Initially, when I made the deck, I was thinking that I thought that everyone would play K9, which is not the case. Everyone plays Yami, and Spirit Dragon is not that good against Yami, I guess. I mean, it buffs them and cuts the excess of Obedience Skewer, but they're probably as likely to out the card with some breaker in the hand. Other than that, I don't have much to say about it. Deck is pretty okay. I think there's still some stuff to figure out with it.